for building and defending this nation? Oh, my bad. I meant to say Black Americans. Notice how there was not one study, not one hearing needed before sending billions of dollars to Ukrainians nor any other group. Yet, when the topic of reparations for the descendants of American slaves is mentioned, we get told a motley of excuses. And I know some of you want to blame the Republicans, but it is for the Democrats that Black Americans vote 85 to 95%. And the Democrats have been complicit in their neglect of Black Americans as well. Maybe it's time we elect politicians that are actually going to fight for us. Maybe it's time we do something different, something better. Join me in getting us not just better, but the best. Join me in this fight. Thank you.
Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us.
If you're tired of being censored on social media, join 6zeros.net. It's Black owned, Black operated, and Black moderated, and we make sure it stays a safe space for us to talk about all things Black culture. We also got some cool gear like the FDM cotton crew neck, the Fearless Ancestors tee, hats, and more. Check us out at 6zeros.net.
Hey girl, why are you so sad?
I just got banned from Twitter again.
Should have been on 6zeros.net.
All right, all right, all right, all right. We are here once again at the Beatzilla PDX official show. I am your host, Beatzilla PDX officially. And this is the midweek report, as we do here every midweek. So as you guys are coming in, please like and share. Please like and share. Like and share this broadcast because, yeah, it's going to be a very interesting one tonight. We're going to go through some of the week's events, of course, as we do here. Of course, we understand our brother Tyree Nichols' funeral was today. So we will take a look at some of the events that took place today at that, as well as there was some other things, of course, surrounding this and conversations surrounding this situation. There's been so many videos already done on, who these officers were, the speculations about the police and whatnot. So I won't really harp too much on that. But there is something I want to get to. So, but first, before I do, let me go ahead and see who's in the chat. Actually, let me do this. Let me see what I got here. I got Crew Reality in the house. One Who Cares in the house. Maxwell Jenkins in the house. All right. D. Shep. All right. Blueberry Muffin. Good evening. Oyela Akat in the house. Hey, hey. We are officially international. Blueberry Muffins. Unapologetically black. Yes. Film animation art. Welcome. Dark skinned brother. Shalom, brother. Tori and Rain reloaded in the house. Black first, my brother. Project Leroy in the house. What's going on, brother? Yes, indeed. Amaria, welcome, welcome. And Kid Gravity Beyond Black B1 Night Rider checking in. All right, so we are here. Man. Very interesting event that took place. So, Hidden FBA. Hey, family, welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hopefully everyone is doing well. And if you did not catch the initial greeting for Black History Month at the very beginning of this broadcast, this is Black History Month. So happy Black History Month, family. Happy Us Month. And, we're already starting to see confusion coming in down the pike with that, which I seen something today from, I believe it was Joyce Beatty, and was talking about Black History Month. It's just a very kind of odd post for her to make, and not to mention what she says. She's putting all, like, justice for all. Look, Black History Month is not about reaffirming the mule, and it almost is feeling like that's what they're trying to do. Huh. Funny. I just kind of made a turn on a phrase because you'll end up seeing that they're really trying to revive that donkey. And that's what we're kind of talking about today. Miriam in the house. Hey, hey, Miriam are in the house. Welcome, my sister. Yes, indeed. Hidden FBA said, my first time catching the live. Thank you for being here. You picked a great night. You have picked a great night. So, oh, Lord. It's a lot. Where shall I start? Let's keep it simple. Let's start with the father. And let's start with the overall theme of today. And we will talk about Jason Whitlock. We're going to go through a little bit of what he said. We're going to talk about Bill Maher and a little bit of what he said. And then we're going to check out Kamala Harris' speech a little bit. And a little bit of Reverend Al. Because as you know, we like to do here, we like to connect the dots. So we like to give a thorough overview and briefing of the information so the family can go ahead and, because we are intelligent people over here. We are an exceptional, intelligent group of people. So you guys know how to disseminate information. And we do that here. And then we allow you to take the tools and fuels to even elaborate on it even further. You know? Aboriginal woman in the house. Welcome, welcome. Mario said, oh, scammer, butter biscuit. Yeah, you already know. Butter biscuit Al. Phantom Beat, what's going on? Uh-huh. Okay. So let's check, you know, the overview kind of clip from today.
On the night of January 7th, my brother was robbed of his life, his passions, and his talents, but not his light. I see the world showing him love and fighting for his justice. But all I want is my baby brother back. And even in his demise, he was still polite. He asked him to please stop. He was still the polite young man that he always was. He asked him to please stop. And they did it. And that's why my family will never be the same.
This is a continuous fight that we have to fight for. That's right. We have to fight for justice. Yeah. We cannot continue to let these people brutalize our kids.
Tyree was a beautiful person. And for this to happen to him is just unimaginable. I just need whatever that George Floyd bill we needed passed.
Yeah.
We need to take some action because there should be no other child that should suffer the way my son and all the other parents here have lost their children. We need to get that bill passed. Amen. And because if we don't, that blood, the next child that dies, that blood is going to be on their hands.
Yeah. You didn't get by yourself. Police chief didn't get there by herself. People had to march and go to jail, and some lost their lives to open the doors for you. And how dare
Now, truth be told, a lot of that is right. You know, for all intents and purpose. Purpose. Rhonda Smith, welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy Black History Month. Yes, indeed. Oh my goodness. So can't stand that Ambu Coon. Did he get the Dominican blowout, Tory and Rain reloaded? It sure looked like it, don't it? Wow. Man. And we gonna get to this. So I'll just let this because he's I think he's the last one to speak on this cut because I just really wanted to hear from the family. Because if y'all watched the service today, you would have known that they made very little about that brother. And I mean, they did, but they was weaving in a vote blue no matter who. I mean, and to do it at a funeral like that is just so shameful and disgusting. I mean, they turned that into a straight up Democratic rally. And we got voting rights and these people died for the... Oh, come on, man. Come on, man. See, this Maxwell Jenkins said, Al looks like a ref from the video Ring King. He said his head is just a bobbling. Phantom Beat. Yeah, man. Lord. So there's, let's get into these conversations. Jeez. So I guess, I'll go ahead and get good old Bill Maher out the way first. Because we don't need to spend too much time on the white man. But we will definitely get to what he had to say. Where is that at? And if let me see where we at. Bobblehead. Let's see what we got. Okay, we close. We can get some more likes going in here. If we can get that like button up, family, that would be great. So if you already just started watching, I'm just catching it. Oops, I forgot. Go ahead and hit that like button right now, family. Go ahead and hit that like button for me, please. Okay. So Bill Maher, he does his thing, of course, whatever that is. And he's one of those supposed to, he always was representing himself as some kind of liberal. And, as the older he gets, the more conservative, well, not really conservative, just actually a suspected white supremacist he sounds. And as it reoccurs, you just see these, how would I put it? These kind of anti-black toned themes, if you will. And, I just want to break some of that down because I'm sure that there's a lot of these knuckleheads that they look for a certain sexual access. So they overlook a lot of stuff. And the one thing that you always have to overlook if you want sexual access to white women is pretty much overlook white men's racism. So, Tori and Rain Reloaded said, when I heard Kamala the Chameleon was going to be there, I said, uh-oh, she's campaigning. Wonder if she brought collard greens with her. I don't know if she brought the collard greens with her, but I most definitely noticed that she did not bring her husband with her. Funny you mention that. Yeah. I mean, if it was Joe Biden, I would assume that Joe Biden's wife, Jill Biden, would have been there. Don't y'all think? What y'all think? Maybe I'm tripping. Who knows? But let me see how I want to do this. I mean, Bill Maher has been known to say some crazy things before. And this is another thing that I thought about. Family, this is something we as a collective need to start doing. We need to start getting into the mind of putting out social indictments. So, like when we see these Al Sharptons, we need to be handing out a social indictment. When we see these charlatans, these new, because they're going to start coming out pretty soon, like the Brandon Tatums, but those, not even just those, or the Jesse Lee Petersons, but even society that has just now waited to start talking about police brutality. And of course, we understand why that is. Because the faces look different. So when you have the faces looking different, well, that helps, doesn't it? Yeah, that always helps. But then, of course, every now and then, there's a white person around that has a hand on a taser that doesn't get charged. Man, that's usually how that works now, isn't it? So when we see stuff like this and people jumping on the bandwagon like Jason Whitlock, we will have to address these type of jerks, because that's what that is. You're just a jerk. You are putting on for your paymasters, trying to really, 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 really get a job at Fox News. and you just sound like a douche. But anyway, this, of course, is Bill Maher, and this is the set of whatever the hell his podcast is. So we will just take a listen to some of the garbage and trash he had to say, but he has certain opinions, and he always has opinions that somehow don't ever positively pertain to Black people. Tia, to you, welcome, moderator in the house. Shout out to you, my sister. Let's take a listen.
That is not something that is now widely understood and agreed.
Yeah, it's definitely not widely understood.
No, let me go back some. Okay, let me get
and owning up to who we are.
Okay.
And that we are irredeemable. That's just wrong. It's not.
I mean,
okay.
yeah, right. I agree with that. But even teaching our past and being honest and owning up to who we are as a country and the history of it.
Most schools are doing that. I mean, I'm sure there are ones in Texas that are not.
No. In Florida, they
what schools?
They want to do away with critical race theory. In a lot of other states,
because sometimes it veers off into things that are really not appropriate in schools.
So how do you govern that?
If you're telling 5-year-olds that you're either an oppressor or someone who was oppressed,
you hear this guy?
You're introducing ideas about race that are inappropriate for kids that age who can't understand it.
Okay, so common sense would govern
Common sense
that.
is what's lacking in this country.
You need.
That is why people wind up passing laws about that. And yes, you're right. Very often the laws go too far, but it's not coming from nothing. It's coming from things that have started in colleges and very far left woke thinking that many people feel is not appropriate in schools. I mean, the same thing with gender stuff.
Well, and when it comes to the state of Florida and that stuff that they were trying to put into that African American Studies course, I would have to agree. Because I don't know what the hell they were pushing. That was a gender studies course hidden under the title of African American history. I don't know what that was, but it damn sure wasn't African American history. That was insane. I'm looking at what does all of this have to do with our history? It has nothing to do with anything. Man, please, this is ridiculous. There goes that word. You already know.
Can they just be kids for a minute?
Right.
Okay.
And that's absolutely. And we have to find that time, that level of maturity when a child can understand that at certain times in this country's history, there was a grave mistreatment of other human beings.
I think we get that.
Well, no, we don't get it. What do you mean you get it?
Really? You think that is not something that is now widely understood and agreed?
Yeah, it's definitely not widely understood.
That America has a sorry racist past?
It's talked about and whispered, but they don't know it.
Past? Past? Past where? Past downtown? Past where? The hell is he talking about? What past? I mean, you have a history. Past would insinuate that something has changed since then. And no, this is an ever running, you're just building your history. No, this is not a conversation of past. No. This is your devil ass today. I mean, I hear you talking. I know that you know what you're talking about, and you're willfully dishonest. That's what a devil is, a deceiver. That's what that word means. You're calling white people no, I'm calling Bill Maher a devil because he is up here purposely being deceptive. using the definition of the word, not judging anybody based on their skin color, but literally basing the judgment off of the content of their character. That's the reality of what we're talking about over here. See, it's real simple. Yeah, we talk about the content of your character, not the color of your skin. You're not a devil because you're white. No, you a devil because you are inside out the devil. Can you be honest? No. So if the truth ain't in you, what else have they said about you? I don't know. Who knows? You said Mzungus have no brain. Oh, no. You know, go back and read that book. No, it said they're very wise to do evil. Hear wise to do evil. Hear what wise to do evil sounds like.
Bird. Yes. The Jim Crow laws? So
that's 100 years
Emancipation
ago.
Proclamation
I know.
in 1865.
100 years ago?
It was 1965 or in 1964 when the Civil Rights Act was passed by LBJ.
But this is 2023.
It took
Partner, you were alive in 1965. What the hell are you talking about? Do y'all hearing this dude? Yeah, it was 65, man. Deception, blueberry muffin, absolutely.
100 years.
I know, but
is my point.
Can we live in the year we're living in? You don't think?
Of course, you live in the year living.
Okay, well, the year we're living in is not.
Drive me to drink.
It's not what you're describing. You're describing in America, yes, that I think most right-thinking people would agree was deplorable in so many ways. No, I'm good.
You good?
It's tasty, though.
It is good.
It's very different, and I like it.
It's a little smoky, but not
because
too
it's
smoky.
mezcal.
It's mezcal and not tequila, because it's smoked and not steamed.
All right. Well, you know, you just got an education on agave. Nonetheless, so these two are up here, you know, they sipping and talking. And there is nothing really legitimately better than having a suspected white supremacist who can actually get a little full of that sauce and maybe be a little more honest than they would be on guard on regular TV. So, you know, yeah, he's trash, but yeah, just listen to his psyche, because understand the circles and access that this person is dealing with. So if he thinks like this, understand this. All those other people that are dealing money with him, they think like that.
Yeah. Anyway, what were we arguing about?
Well, probably the Golden Globes, which you sound like you should be making.
Hello.
No, I just think we need to live in the year we're living in, and acknowledging progress is not saying the past isn't horrible or that we're done and there's no more work to be done. It's just being realistic about where we are today, and where we are today is nothing like the times you're describing, as bad as they were. So you're. I mean, this is, I think, a problem with a lot of the left. They seem to be obsessed on the past. The past is important. It's not the only thing.
They teach it like the Holocaust.
Again, I think most places do teach it. There are places. There are places that go too far on either side. Can we agree with that? But I bet you most places in America. I mean, again, this is 2023. The people who are doing the teaching are of a generation that is not mostly interested in suppressing the past or being racist. I mean,
I disagree with that.
Well, then you don't watch a lot of the videos that they themselves post.
They themselves.
Like I said, get a little liquor in them. And they start getting a little more loose. Now, did you catch that? Well, that's not what they see. See, he gave him a little pushback right there. So, he kind of let the frustration out of what's really bothering him. You didn't see that type of energy when he was talking about education and the schools and CRT. But oh boy, when you talk about these people and their videos and their posts, what are you talking about? Who you think he talking about? He's talking about the black grassroots. That's who he's talking about. He's talking about new black media. He's talking about all of these Twitter spaces they're seeing. That's what he's talking about. You hear the steam of anger come right on up like a teapot. You hear it? Boy, it came right on out, didn't it? Oh, well, that's not what they keep out. Oh, they. Now watch how he gonna weasel out of it. But see, he's still gonna weasel out of it using the damn code word.
Teachers and educators.
Trust
me,
educators.
They're hyper aware of race.
Video?
If anything, it is injected too much into everything. But you sound like you're more in the Hollywood woke camp, and I'm not. That's fine. It doesn't mean we have to.
No, it's like it's a humanistic camp. I want. Did you know when you were a child? Did you know that segregation was all through?
Again, when I was a child, was the 60s.
Yeah.
This is 2023. You keep going back to how
Bill,
it was.
Are you seeing how he keeps trying to get away from his own lived history? Oh, man. That word again. Yeah. Lord. And they really aren't moving themselves. No. I mean, think about it. They shoot that whole town in Virginia where it disappeared off the face of the earth because they ate each other to death. But no, these folks have a horrid history. Shit from here to Europe. And our past, obviously, yeah. So again, you're talking about certain folks who might change their names after so many years of being in a certain place, and then they become a whole new lineage, or not a whole new lineage, but a whole new, what do you say when you monopolize? Oh, monopoly. See, because you put one piece here, one piece there. They all have different names, but they're all one family. See how that works? And so what this guy is talking about is, he's really telling you his disdain for anything progressive or empowering for black folks. But this is a very extremely crafty way, talking to another PC man, shall we say, as my brother Torian Ray Reloaded says. He's kind of going off code. So, because I guess typically speaking, talking white man to white man, they wouldn't be speaking in code, but considering this is on the national airwaves, you got to be mindful of what you say. Like Tony Romo. And I see people in the comments for that video. Yeah, we're going to just start assuming that he was about to say, oh yeah, he goes to 3. Oh, we don't know what he was going to say. Was that "n" or "d"? No, "duh" sounds like "d." As a black man, I can tell you, "n" sounds like this. And you've heard enough rap songs because ain't that what y'all always say? It's in so many of the rap songs. You know what to sound like, right? I mean, for a person who has to mimic everything, trust me, I know you caught that. Anyway, let's keep going.
And as if the same people. It is still, of course, you know what? Racism is always going to be present in not just white people, but in all people to a certain degree. You can't.
There's the devil again. see, yeah, we're the devil, but damn, isn't like everybody the devil? No. But you hear the linguistics of what he's talking about.
Completely sanctify human nature. It's just what it is. It's
No,
tainted.
not you.
We
You're
try to
tainted.
extirpate it as much as we possibly can, but we can't. Certainly, it's a great thing that we've passed most of the laws that you would need.
Wow.
I mean, discrimination is illegal, has been for a very long time. Obviously, it'll always be fought in the courts and so forth. But I mean, as opposed to these errors you're.
Okay. The courts are very discriminatory. The criminal justice system is the main apparatus of inflicting anti-black policy upon black folk. The hell is this dude talking about? Boom Bunny's to shut up. I'm sorry. Oh Lord, Sister Miriam. Oh man, white lines don't do. Lord. So, and wasn't this the dude who was fooling with Superhead at the time, trying to get him some I'm down with black folks cred? Wasn't he dating Superhead? Don't right now. White line go through my mind. Lord.
Talking about when it wasn't even the law. Jim Crow, yes. Before the Civil Rights Act, yes. But that's a long time ago.
So,
and you seem to think that the country in 2023 is populated by seething racists who are unaware of our past and the obligation we have to do better.
Oh. Whoa. Wait, seething racists? Huh. Well, I'm just curious on what actually do you identify this as? I don't know. I mean, hey, y'all tell me. These people don't kind of rub you like seething racists? I don't know. Let me know. Oh, wow. Oh, and then mamas don't raise your babies to grow up to be school shooters. But they do. Put them in a gun. Put them with a gun. Start them out to shoot. Let them have fun. Lord. But all these little black kids, they're just so unruly. All right. Yeah. Unruly. There's not just like a bunch of seething racists that hold to an old garb of yada, 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 like Strom Thurmond's understudy that is fulfilling the dream of his former Grand Dragon friend.
This country is doomed. It is doomed, not just because of African Americans, but because by 2040, this country is going to be minority white European. You hear me? Minority white European. And you guys are going to have to start working more with Hispanics, who make up a larger portion of the population than y'all do.
Shameful they sat up there listening to that man talk that crap. Shameful they did that. Now, there's something else I wanted to get to that's kind of at the end. Let me get to this.
As far as acceptance and
it's just, the people who are running the world now are millennials and Gen Zs. They're not, I think you're thinking of your generation, and they are still in place in some places. They're certainly not all racists who are in place, but yeah, there are, like I said, I don't know if we'll ever get rid of it completely, like any human flaw, but the people who are running things, I just don't think that's their mindset is let's be racist to
Of
people
course,
of color.
they don't understand it, but they are innately that way.
Innately?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
No, no.
What have you been reading?
Oh, babe. Come on.
Is that white fragility or some bullshit like
No,
that?
it's not white fragility.
Well, that's the book.
No.
Is that where you're getting that
no,
from?
No,
But
not
innately,
from white fragility.
like original sin, like we're toxically white, born racist.
Not toxically, but you recognize your experience, and what we don't recognize often is the privilege that you said, the advantage that you have. We look at Congress. Look at the makeup of Congress. You cannot deny that as older white men are the predominant factor in Congress.
I don't have the stats in front of me, but there's plenty of people in color in Congress. And yes, we are moving from a place where.
Did I not tell you the sound of the devil? Did I not tell you the sound of the devil? And these are the type of people who will get up there and spin stuff. So think of, there's a Bill Maher waiting in the wings trying to get on somewhere, right? So just be mindful of that when you start hearing these random folks coming out here talking crazy out of pocket like this. I mean, because this is a good old classic racist, and always remember, he was the one dude who was hopping around here trying to be Mr. I'm down with everything. What we need to start doing, family, and as a collective, we need to start handing out these social indictments. So everybody is just, when you see them, hey, I got to hand them that social indictment. And this is something that actually should have been done a long time ago. And I think with this whole with this Tyree Nichols situation, that is becoming more evident. That, we have to really put indictments on society. You know what I'm saying? And social indictments and societal indictments. And so what we need to do is have societal indictments. Can y'all get with me on that? These people have been social pariahs. So you can identify what that is. Now with societal indictments, that is like all of society that allows Black folks not getting reparations. It doesn't weigh on their conscience one bit. Matter of fact, when it comes up, they're angered by it. They're bothered by it. They find a reason for it not to be. So proving Mr. Bill Maher right here that no, nothing has changed. And that is the societal indictment that we need to start levying on this society. You understand what I'm saying? Because again, y'all sat back and watched this. Y'all are sitting back watching this now. Why is there no one of your group coming out here saying these people should and their reparations should not be tampered with? Let's stop messing with the language. Let's stop trying to put infiltrators in, trying to mesh them into what is due to them. We have done enough. But no. All of you sit back and watch us, and then you come in our spaces and tell us how we don't deserve this, how we aren't entitled to that, and you're not gonna do this and do that. Well, my friend, you are giving us the grand jury evidence before the most high and the universe for your societal indictment. Because you can't be no more bold than to say reparations and the people who are doing the crime want reparations. It's bullshit. No, that attitude has not went anywhere, Bill Maher. No, sir. Here's the other problem. The people that look like us, that think like Bill Maher. Hence, that happens, And so we have a lot of people trying to come out here explaining, well, man, see, those are black cops. That's black society. If y'all saw my video from earlier, I played that, and that woman was, oh, yeah, that black society and black society. No, that is not black society. And you can't put no indictment on black society about from these people coming from the police culture. That's police culture. Ain't got nothing to do with us. That is absolute police culture. And then as you see, they really are trying to make a pivot talking about we need the police bill. You needed it already. Here's the thing. We're going to get Kamala here too. But they've just done the most with this. Oh, look at these dudes. Look at the. Oh, yeah. We talk about anti-black folks all the damn time. And who knows? To me, I can't say that these people are not FBA. As I'm looking at them, I don't get no FBA vibes off of them, but that's just me. So it's like that. It's just like that. Let's hear the rest of this dude, and then let's close it out.
It was all white. We get it.
Yes.
But what direction is it going? And I'd like to see the numbers in Congress. Certainly in the Democratic Party, I bet you they're at least representative percentage-wise.
I would say so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Less so in the Republican Party. Yeah. But I have to tell you, Republicans are doing better and better all the time with people of color.
I hope so.
Because the woke shit actually doesn't.
No. Now see what he was going to try to say. He said alien. Black victim shaming is perpetually. I can't even see the bottom of that. I got cut off. Oh yeah, okay. I didn't get cut off. Okay, I didn't see it all. Yeah, they are. Blueberry Muffin said white splaining. Yes, societal indictments cancels white splaining. Absolutely. I mean, again, if you sat back and watched people getting harmed nonstop and have said nothing, you can't turn around and tell us what we don't deserve. You've been cool while this group you've been catching hell, right? So yeah, miss me. Let's start here, because man. Oh wait, no, we got to hit Whitlock. We got to hit Whitlock real quick, and then we'll get to the service. Yeah, this super duper coon, Jason Whitlock. Man, he is shameful. He is shameful, family. So, Lord, let's hear what he has to say.
Pervasiveness of baby mama culture harms everyone, including the non-participants forced to operate within it. The chaos and dysfunction negatively impact the entire community. Why did Cyril and Davis and the Memphis Police Department implement a Scorpion, street crimes operation to restore peace in our neighborhoods unit? The special task force the 5 officers worked in. They started it in November of 2021 to combat the violent behavior of largely unparented young black men terrorizing Memphis. These types of units are common in high-crime, single-parent neighborhoods across America. Police start gangs to combat gang violence. Young men without fathers in the home are attracted to gangs. Baby mama culture celebrates gang involvement. That's why Snoop Dogg, a proud Crip, is such a beloved cultural figure. That's why so many black boys and girls from two-parent households and good neighborhoods think their racial identity is tied to behaving in a criminal or ghetto fashion. Baby mama culture rules black America in the hood and the burbs. So does matriarchal culture. Black men see black women as our leaders, our saviors. I don't. I never will. And I was raised primarily by my divorced mother. My mother was awesome, spectacular. She took me and my brother to church every Sunday. She took a second job and moved us out of the ghetto and into a working class neighborhood. But the truth is, I am who I am, good and bad, because of my father. I feared and revered him. He taught me the importance of self-sufficiency, self-reliance, and never accepting a handout. He had
reparations, not a handout. Not being so again, understanding that these people would not be in this condition if they had their reparations. That's probably the first thing to be considered. Also, though, you're talking. I mean, I guess essentially, are you referring to these police officers? And do you know? I mean, because two of those police officers are juniors. So are you certain that they are products of single mother homes? And typically, the person that wants to be a police officer is not usually the type that is hanging around with gangs and in the single mother environment. They're kind of looking to get away from their own community. In a lot of cases, some of them might despise that. And I'm not saying that's the case with that black police officer. Because, and for some, it's just a job and it's a career to where, you just figuring out what you need. But that, like he's saying ghetto, and I'm like, what are you talking about? When you're going there, and the single mothers are promoting the gang. I mean, Jason Whitlock literally jumped out the window on black folks just to show white folks, hey, I'm here. I am here. I mean, this is absolutely atrocious, family. The hell is wrong with this dude? Oh, man. Oh, my Lord. Oh, my Lord. Crazy. So let's hear a little. He's almost done, I guess.
no tolerance for excuses. And luckily, I grew up in an era when there was far less pressure to conform to a criminal black stereotype. Rappers.
Negro, what the hell are you talking about? Conform to a gangster's stereo? What are you saying? Like these, you believe these? Oh my goodness. I think we're from the single or divorcee generation. So single mothers and divorcee mothers. I believe that's our generation. I mean, he just said it himself. And then to turn around and act like, so we have spawned more generations of unwed mothers or deadbeat daddies. I don't think so. I think we are definitely a lot less single. Well, not necessarily single mothers, but we're talking about today's single mothers. Children have relationships with their fathers. So this whole thing that you're pushing, brother, I can't. This dude is off, man. This dude is absolutely off. Now that is not what I'm seeing, and that ain't even within our generation. I mean, because me and him around the same age. So, I mean, it's not like I just hidden FBA. He might be. I'm saying, I think he's working on it. He's trying to get over there to Fox News. He wants to be all the way over there. All the way over there. So, yes, he is Jesse Lee Peterson 2.0. Shameful.
Weren't portrayed as heroes and role models. It wasn't cool to have a baby mama. I was raised to see myself as a leader, a protector, and a provider. The left frames men like me, regardless of color, as a misogynist oppressor. Popular culture promotes the woman.
Ooh. Well, see, now you just tucked your tail, pal. See, that's what you just did there. No, there's only one patriarchal society that they are talking about. Black men get the residual by way of the feminist movement. But trust me, that is an issue just to make sure that black folks stay in disarray. The true white feminists that are trying to get what they want from white men, that's an attack on the white man. And sometimes, as indirect as it might end up being, that's a shot at the white man. That ain't got nothing to do with us. So notice how he just sidestepped the whole point of when them calling out white supremacy. There's white women that are on white supremacy. Why is he sidestepping it? You feel me?
Especially the black people. They ignore the failing results of matriarchal rulership and send women like Sarah Lynn Davis to fix problems only strong, bold male leadership can solve.
And now he sounds like
going to take male leadership in the home, in the church, and in law enforcement to fix the rotting culture that took Tyree Nichols' life.
Yeah, you still kind of skating around some things there, but and so yeah, you ain't really ready to jump on the horse, pal. You gonna have to go full throttle, buddy. They not gonna rock with you if you don't. Now, see, you want to be a conservative, you can't skate around that Skittles bag, brother. You can't skate the Skittles bag, my brother. He's trying. Can you hear him? He's trying. He's really, really, really trying. Because again, what is the other big group known for shutting people down or canceling people? Is it not the Skittles bag crew? I mean, maybe I'm missing something. I could swear that would kind of, they still mad at Dave Chappelle, right? Because his jokes might cause violence against trans people. So they had to send a trans person up there to go attack Dave Chappelle on stage. Whoo, you can't make this stuff up. But nonetheless, this dude is definitely sounding like, and I won't go through because he doesn't really say much more. He just harps on black women, and he makes really stern his disdain for black women. And found that kind of interesting. Like, well, damn, dude. You really feeling some kind of way about black women, aren't you? And it says, you heard how he started. I mean, so he sounds misogynistic. Yes, that is legitimate misogyny. I would classify that as legitimate misogyny. Because, okay, when he went to it takes strong male leadership here and here and here and here. I can understand in your home, yes. In the community as men, yes. As a defense, yes. Now in the system that is not out of our own, so we don't dictate nothing. I'm not finna sit up here and tell these folks that they need strong male leadership because this Negro doesn't mean black folks. Now he's trying to use it. They sent this black woman in there, and when they need strong male leadership, who the hell you think he talking about? You think he talking about one of us? No. No. And this dude is out of his mind, man. Out of his damn mind. He ain't talking about us. But that's the type of dude he is. Jason. I just love the name that y'all say for him. It does not begin with a W. Okay. All right. So let's start here, and then I'm going to play this little quick video, and then we'll take a quick, and then we are going to go to church. But before I, just to give you a prelude of, in between this break, of how things are looking, let me show you this. She's shaking hands and photo ops. So, and then she's sitting with the family right there. And you go ahead. Oh man, good photo op. Oh man, endearing boy. This is great for the great democratic. Oh man, oh boy, yes. We go be the consoling black woman, sister girl, vice president for a couple hours. Woo, boy. Lordy me. Whew. Yeah, so we coming back. We're going to take a quick break, and we're going to get into we're going to get into these conversations, these speeches here. Oh my goodness. Brace yourself, folks. I'll just say that. Just brace yourself, folks. You really want to brace yourself. All right. So, I need to get that other one in here. I don't have that. Oh well. See what I got here. All right. Now I know what I'm going to play for y'all. All right. So this will be a very short break. This will not be long. We shall return in a flash. Sometimes I'm feeling all alone. Sometimes I feel like I'm going crazy. Nobody understands me, but I'm trying to get the world to see. So many things, please All right. All right. And just as you see on the screen, next week we will be doing Space with Brother Isaiah Washington on his movie, Corsicana. So this is a movie about Bass Reeves. For those who don't know, Bass Reeves is the inspiration behind The Lone Ranger. And this brother has produced it, directed it, and filmed in it, or starred in it, rather. And so this is the host, of course, is our sister Connie Collins, who spoke at the reparations rally. Also co-hosting Dwan B. Of course, you know him, a good, great comedian, and a movie monster is going to be there. Miss Pauline, and then of course myself. When we will be all in the house. So this should be very very good. And we'll be discussing things about, of course, the film and whatnot. And man, it should be a very interesting time. So if y'all are around next week, make sure y'all come on over to Twitter and come get some of that. You know how we do. And let's see here. So like I said, we about to take it to church for a minute. Lord, let's see. Where shall I start? Let's start with Kamala. Let's get Kamala out of the way, and we'll close because Reverend Al was the eulogist anyway. So let's get her on out the way, shall we? And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna let this run for a minute because I just want y'all to ingest a little bit. And now I'm gonna let this run for a couple minutes now, a minute or so, and then I will start chiming in. But I want you to just get ready, family. Now mind you, just to put you in the frame of mind of what we're about to do. We are supposed to be at a funeral, talking about this whole situation about where this brother was brutally beaten until his expiration. Days later in the hospital for absolute nothing. It almost looks like a bunch of these cops were showing off for their buddies, and it looks like they were filming it, because if this brother wouldn't have passed, this probably would have been a video just passed around in their circles. You know what I mean? Because that's the type of thing I started thinking about. Like, oh, you know what? This is probably something they do. But the way they're acting, it's like, oh yeah, this is probably like, they probably got like cop stomp videos or something like that somewhere. Cop stomps, who knows? I mean, we're talking about psychopaths, man. But not saying every police officer is a psychopath with a badge. But we damn sure, if you guys are doing psychological evaluations, what type of people are you looking for? I mean, you know what I'm saying? A whole lot of nothing we're about to hear. ATLing. You about to hear the rally cry for 2024 is what you're about to hear. Check this out, family.
Kamala Harris. I was going to be polite about it, but since y'all stood up and clapped so long, wouldn't it be nice for her to share a few words with us? Come on up here so they can see you.
Good afternoon, church. Reverend Sharpton, I want to thank you for all you do for so many. There are so many families here who have been personally touched by your leadership and your strength and your fellowship. Reverend Dr. Lawrence Turner, thank you for welcoming us. Keisha Lance Bottom, Mitch Landrieu. We are here on behalf of the people of our country and our President, Joe Biden. And we are here to celebrate the life of Tyree Nichols. Mrs. Wells, Mr. Wells, you have been extraordinary in terms of your strength, your courage, and your grace. And we mourn with you, and the people of our country mourn with you. And I just have, I'm going to be very brief. Mothers around the world, when their babies are born, pray to God when they hold that child that that body and that life will be safe for the rest of his life. Yet we have a mother and a father who mourn the life of a young man who should be here today. They have a grandson who now does not have a father. His brothers and sister lose the love of growing old with their baby brother. And when we look at this situation, this is a family that lost their son and their brother through an act of violence at the hands and the feet of people who had been charged with keeping them safe.
One thing I would like to point out is she's not actually a mother, so it's kind of interesting. But you know, hello, church. You know, really. Somebody said, "Who's that?" Say, "Oh, Blueberry Muffin says she's a Hindu." So we thought maybe we was wrong. Oh, and real quick, let me read this. Shout out to you, Project Leroy, for the super chat. Peace, power, blessings, and protection be up on you, my brother. And he says, do we see a pattern of Reverend Al and Kamala at Buffalo victims' funerals and Tyree's funeral? Yes, sir. Yes, indeed. There is a clear-cut pattern. And now this is like this brother's death has basically created the environment for pander claws. You know, you got pander claws, not Santa Claus, pander claws. Like, this is a gift coming down the chimney. You know what I mean? So, oh man, we can use this for our advantage. Let's get over on these folks. I mean, like I said, this death was like pander claws coming down the chimney. Lord. All right.
Think about the courage and the strength, family. I think it demands that we speak truth. And with this, I will say, this violent act was not in pursuit of public safety. It was not in the interest of keeping the public safe, because one must ask, was not it in the interest of keeping the public safe that Tyree Nichols would be with us here today? Was he not also entitled to the right to be safe? So when we talk about public safety, let us understand what it means in its truest form. Tyree Nichols should have been safe. So
You know, one clear-cut way, ma'am, for him to be safe is if he had his reparations and his whole family had their reparations, the whole dynamic of how streets and cities are policed would be extremely different. And that's something that should not go missed. Because see, people say like, "Oh, you guys are getting reparations." Yeah, and you're not. That means you cannot victimize a financially sound group. That is impossible. You don't see anybody else going through anything like that. They don't go up there in the Asian neighborhoods roughing up Asians. They ain't messing with the Hindus in their stores, giving them all kind of trouble. They ain't doing that. They ain't doing that. Not to mention them as her people.
I'll just close by saying this. I was, as a senator, as a United States Senator, a co-author of the original George Floyd Justice and Policing Act. And as Vice President of the United States, we demand that Congress pass the George Floyd Justice and Policing Act. Biden will sign it. And we should not delay, and we will not be denied. It is non-negotiable. And with that, I'll just, Pastor, if you don't mind, one of my favorite verses in Scripture is Luke chapter 1.
She's pulling on Obama.
Verse 79, which tells us God will help us to shine a light upon those who sit in darkness and in the shadow of death, to guide our feet in the way of peace. Let our memory of Tyree shine a light on the path toward peace and justice. Thank you.
All right. Lord. All right. See, when you see stuff like this is all about you seizing the moment. And I guess, truth be told, for all intents and purposes, yes, as an elected official, I would expect more usually, typically in these type of things, the governor, the mayor, city commissioners, stuff like that. Instead, we see this. You know what I'm saying? Greetings, Cynthia Newman. AT Alien said, cap. One who cares said, heifer, please. Project Leroy, what'd you say? The devil quoted scriptures too. Facts. Co-authored. To you. Yes. Yes, indeed. And he will not sign. What the hell is she talking about? See, like I said, pander clause. Oops. Let me get that out of here. Remove that. Nope. My bad. Let me get that out of here. Like I said, pander clause came and dropped off a gift. Man. It's shameful. It is shameful. All right. Liz don't have more caps than these folks. AT Alien. Facts. These Black Voltron Reloaded, what's going on, my brother? These Boule theatrics aren't working in 2023. Yes, indeed. Mariam said he would be safe if it wasn't for white supremacist tools, such as yourself, that work on behalf of an unjust system. Yeah, I'll say. Oh, I see what you mean. Okay, injustice system. To poll the DA, the judges, etc. Give us our reparations. Cut the check. 100. Uh huh. You know that was it. Talk to type. I'll be using that myself. It'd be like you misconstrue. If you got a heavy accent, which you I know your accent, sister. It'd be like, did you say this? Did you say that? So now let's get to Reverend Al. It's time for Reverend Al. He's the now they actually did have brother Bishop Talbert Swan. He was there and he spoke. And now of course he wasn't one of the ones they highlighted that you'll see, but he was there and he did speak. I guess what he said is probably one of the reasons why you ain't seeing it. But he pretty much kept it on code. He kept it church, but he kept it on code. And talking about that anti-black hate crime bill. So I'm assuming that they are not going to air that because they want to keep the theme of what was going on. But yeah, that was his little 2 cents. Let's get that hate crime, that anti-black hate crime bill. Let's get that popping off. They're gonna go ahead and take that one right on out. Yeah, I see you. Sorry, no, I already know. I know how it is. I see you say. I saw you say that in the chat earlier, so I figured, oh, okay, that must be the talk to type deal. So yes, drive safe, sister. Keep it. We completely understand that you were talking into your phone, typing in the chat. So you are all good, sister. Afro Elite in the house. What is going on, my brother? Back first. Yes, indeed. One who cares said, Reverend Al, this lollipop head agents. Lollipop. You know what's so funny is I saw a video with a lollipop, like one of them Instagram in my feed, this little kid with a lollipop. I was thinking of his head because I just saw another video of this dude. Why has he always got these videos of him dancing? It's like, what is this? Like, why do I always see videos of this dude dancing? What's going on with this guy? But his hair, I mean, when you said lollipop, I just brought that back to my remembrance. A lollipop with a damn perm. Oh, Lord. Oh, man. So, yes, let's check out the Puerto Rican blowout. Oh, you said the Dominican blowout. Let's check that out. Oh, my goodness.
Up in the King movement in the North after his death that makes me come to the Lorraine Hotel and look at the spot that Dr. King died. This morning I took my youngest daughter Ashley with me, and in all of the ice I told us how Dr. King had came to Memphis to fight for garbage workers, city employees that had no safety. 2 had been killed with a malfunction. And here we are, Ashley, 55 years later, looking at the balcony where Martin Luther King shed his blood for city workers, for black.
I wish y'all would stop doing that. No, sir. Martin Luther King on that balcony, his blood was shed by a white supremacist with some people suspect help from the government. So when you say things like this you're trying to put persons in the conversation of Jesus and Savior and Messiah. Like, then the reason why they do that is because they want you to look as your Messiah is past tense. Because remember what I always tell you, y'all are the Messiah. What are you talking about? Think about it this way. If all of you collectively got on one page, one code together, following that together, look at, when we say on code, look at how many agents they send your way, agent provocateurs. Start talking crazy. Here, let me just go ahead and start drama from nothing. Right? Yeah. Now, remember, this paperwork on old Reverend Al here is just popping up too. He's a whole damn rat. A whole snitch. Up there, and supposedly just, oh yeah, this was just about dope. This is just about the gangs and the mafia. I'm over here, I was just doing that for the mafia. I was just telling on the mafia. I wasn't telling on no black folks. Okay, I'm supposed to believe a rat with cheese in both hands. I don't think so. I don't think so. No, Where you work at? Oh, 30 Rock? Okay, gotcha.
City workers to be able to work in the police department, work in sanitation. And the reason why, Mr. and Mrs. Wells, what happened to Tyree is so personal to me is that 5 black men that wouldn't have had a job in the police department would not ever be thought of in the elite squad. In the city that Dr. King lost his life, not far away from that balcony, you beat a...
Jesus. This is brutal. Oh, man. Oh, this is brutal. Oh, my Lord. Okay. Now we have seen when we went back to Jason, just remember back to Jason Whitlock. What was he doing? Sidestepping, talking about racist white supremacists. Now he's escaping police culture. Are you noticing the two? This keeps happening. They keep skating away from police culture, and these 5 black men, who, if it was not for Dr. Martin Luther King shedding his blood, did he raise 3 days later too? No, white supremacists killed him. Stop it. He shed his blood. Oh, Lord. Really? John Lewis is gone, so somebody has to shed some blood. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord.
Brother to death. There's nothing more insulting and offensive to those of us that fight to open doors, that you walk through those doors and act like the folks we had to fight for to get you through them doors.
Oh, Negro, did you just hear him put himself in the civil rights struggle? Your ass was not there, brother. What are you talking about? You were still fat in the 80s getting pushed out of chairs by other angry black men that knew you was a sucker. But I'm just saying, just think of what we're talking about. Oh my God! Now did you watch that pivot? Oh, dude. Hey man, if y'all can't see the overt level of deception here, man, oh my goodness, yo. Boule theatrical psychological warfare against the sleeping, ignorant, and uninformed. Oh man, that's what I'm saying. You hear these folks in there? Man, oh, Black Voltron, brother. I'm at my desk. I'm sitting here listening, like, what? As I'm just, you just keep hearing stuff and over as you're listening. Like as I'm listening to this film, like, oh my god, oh these niggas is lost. Oh these niggas is lost. And this is disgusting. I mean, the fact that they are doing a whole boule. I mean, here's another thing. They come up here to these events like this. They come up into these black churches, and then some of these people will turn around and start talking about homophobia in the black community. There's not a straight man in that choir. There ain't a straight man up in that choir stand. Damn sure wasn't one of them singing on the mics. It's like, why this dude got on skinny jeans? This dude looked like he got on tights, and then this other dude just looked like He looked like Gerald Levert playing stand-in for Men on Film from A Living Color. For those of y'all who are old enough, in the mix radio, what's going on? What's going on, my brother? Oh, more Val.
You didn't get on the police department by yourself. The police chief didn't get there by herself. People had to march and go to jail, and some lost their lives to open the doors for you. And how dare you? Act like that sacrifice.
No, that sacrifice allowed them to be there. Here's the problem. They are immersed in the culture of policing. That's the culture of policing. You fought for them to be able to do what they did to Brother Tyree Nichols. Yes, that's what integration looks like. Because if you want to get in their system, then you assimilate to their system. So what else is going to come about? Oh, some good ones who go rogue. Oh, yeah, there might be one. And then who knows? They might catch an accident. Right? In the meantime, people like Reverend Al always say, oh, yes, and we have our first black woman vice president, and we now have our first black Supreme Court justice. And like my wife always says, Kamala is not black. But always remember the family. They weren't here for us. One is just a bobblehead just to figure out what she's going to do for them and serve their purpose. That's why now all of a sudden, all of these racial distinctions are getting muddied. I've been warning y'all, family, about this woman, and listen to what the hell she keeps trying to take before Congress and all of these, when she's in these hearings. Just listen to her. All of a sudden, once California got lineage-based conversation of reparations solidified, here goes Ketanji Brown Jackson over here talking about, well, we can't discount race-based policies. Family, the discussion about reparations has always been shut down and shot down time and time again by way of the conversation of what? You can't take it. It's unconstitutional to do anything based on race. Now she's over here arguing that the Constitution actually does allow race-based policies. Oh, by the way, if you didn't know, family, Joe Biden is now seeking to try to make Hispanic/Latino/Latinx a race. Now, y'all gonna go up there and sit up there amongst all these black folks, just as crooked as all get out. Over here, like, we finna screw all you niggas off up in here, but go vote for us. Vote blue, no matter who. We came over here and hugged and took a few selfies with you, go poll niggas. But, yep, don't hit the plane and get on back up here to our white business and get these Latinos some work and some money and some jobs and pay some Ukrainian bills and get back to work. And, you know, peace and blessings and love. Let's get the selfie. Click. Oh, man, they really care, man. They came down and, man, we seen Kamala and now, you know, and they really showing up now. What y'all doing? All y'all doing over there is just talking and complaining on the internet. Now, all you do is complain. Let me tell you something. This is not the first, and within the last few years, for what the grassroots has accomplished, Reverend Al and the likes of his ilk have been coming in to reap the rewards and the benefit and the attention of the grassroots, while not giving grassroots people at all any recognition. But instead, he's talking about Tamika Mallory, the one who says sexism is worse than racism. And then my son, who I have not ever heard him talk about reparations whatsoever. So notice what they're doing. They're trying to promote the do nothing, I guess you could say the Black Lives Matter whole movement, the fallout. Because remember, what's the hell's their name? Till Justice or whatever hell. But you know, they don't never talk about reparations, so there would be no justice without that. But you know, there's that part. I personally don't like when public figures show up at regular people's funeral services unless they know the deceased and the family personally. See, that was my thing, Torian. I'm like, hey, man, shouldn't the family, like, okay, prime example, show of hands in the chat, who here does not have a preacher or an aspiring minister somewhere in the vicinity of your family? Who don't have one? Or a family minister that y'all know, or the family, your grandma's pastor, or who does not know one of them? Is there anyone who does not have that association in your? You should put a hand in the chat if you do not have any ties to one of these black ministers who could have easily officiated this service. Tell me by show of hands in the chat if you do not know a preacher. In the mix, I know a few. I mean, in our community, come on. So for me, this would have been the perfect time to get your mans on or your sister on. Especially, how many people do we know that have, you know, somebody knows your family? So wouldn't this be somebody that knows him as a kid? And I remember when he was, you know, little 5 years old coming to church with his mama. You know, there's none of them. Come on. So yeah, oh man, I wasn't feeling it, man. And it almost, remember what happened first. You had them go see Joe Biden. I'm like, man, Joe Biden tell you like, hey, check here, man, we're gonna cover all these expenses now. But what we need you to do, you know, if you could just do it. I mean, we're not gonna make it an over political event, but if we could just make sure we have Kamala there with you, you know, she's gonna attend the funeral and she'll be right there in the front row. And like I showed you, it was a whole event when she was walking in, sitting in the long, big hug. Come on now. You just hear the cameras going on. All the cameras is going off. I'm betting right now while I'm live, this picture's got to be on the internet right now. This picture probably is on Twitter right now. Like, while I'm live, I can't see it right now, but I would imagine a picture of the hug has got to be online right now. I mean, I'm sure it's good. Man, she's so presidential. And just think about what just happened a couple days ago, by the way. New York Post had reported that people were not so sure that Kamala Harris has what it takes to run for president. And then she go do the solo trip. And she goes without her husband. I said, I was telling my wife earlier, I said, it would have been a little more genuine had she would have went with her husband. Because I think, like, we all know you have a white man. So wouldn't it have made more of a family? Okay, here, Kamala, I mean, I know you're not too well versed in Black family culture. But if he's with you, then that would be you at the funeral with him. That would not be unheard of. Even if the family ain't fooling with, it's a funeral. So that's kind of how we do things in our culture. In the mix radio. Zaddy is at a Klan meeting. Had a Klan meeting to attend. Hell, he might have been on the Klan retreat. Oh yeah, he's a Jewish man. Yeah, that's right. Zion was calling. Everyone knows those jive turkeys. You trick calling them for a funeral because they are no longer with the church shuffle. Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, see, here's the thing: the brother. I seen an interview with brother Tyree's brother. I think his name is Jamal Dupree. And he was like, "Yo, I want them cops to get the death penalty." And I mean, so he ain't calling for peace. I couldn't help but notice he wasn't at the funeral. But, and I get it, things happening, you whatever's going on is what's going on. But it's just very interesting. It is just very interesting. And family, I was kind of going in a whole nother direction with tonight's broadcast. But I had to see this funeral. I'm like, oh my Lord, we got to talk about this. And again, remember this white man right here. Remember this white man right here. Did you hear him mention? Did you hear him mention it all just now? No, not at all. Let's hear him say his last few words.
Price was enough for nothing. You ain't in no New England state. You in Tennessee, where we had to fight for you. And you take that position.
All other immigrants do. I mean, not saying that these police officers are immigrants, but I'm saying for all the other groups that we had to fight for, because we had to fight for, they all treat us just like that. So why should they be off the hook? Why is it more important with them? Let's focus on these Black folks. No. Let's focus on people who should be in another country right now. That they're here illegally getting Social Security benefits that you don't get and that they did not pay into. They're getting money, loans. I mean, this is basically the Homestead Act 2.0 under another guise. And guess what? None of these do nothings are saying anything about it. So we heard a whole sermon, well, a little excerpt from a sermon for those of you who listened to the whole thing. There was no mention of reparations. Again, if you can catch Talbert Swan's clips, if he might had somebody filming it, good luck. But he know what he said. So yeah, Talbot Swan actually did bring it up. They do have a quote. I think somebody quoted him in a digital media, but yeah, good luck finding that video. If anybody can find that, shoot that to me. DM me that at if you're on Twitter, my Twitter that I follow. If you can find that, please, send that to me, or for my Instagram folks, DM me. Because I want to see that. I want to see that. But that has been what I wanted to present this evening. Of course, we know that white man is still not charged. We have 3 fired EMTs. And we have all of these people over here making this about the Democrats. This is shameful, family. This is absolutely shameful behavior. And it was very extremely disgusting to watch them just make mockery of that brother's death, just peddling what they wanted to peddle. It sucked. That was whack. And we need to be putting out these social indictments and also these societal indictments. We need to start handing these things out because look, we are at the time, some people say, man, this is the end. I don't know. I can't say tomorrow is the end, but what I can say is this place ain't got long. So with that being said, we have no time to waste. These people are speedballing out of control. And if you think that it would take 300 years or even 10 years for these individuals here to destroy themselves, you are out of your mind. If they believe that they were in such dire need, they could destroy this place and themselves within 30 minutes. Simple as that. But before I go, I got a little time. I want to play that video out from my other broadcast because we need to start talking about these. And I got some videos coming this week and throughout the weekend, family. There's other things I'm keeping eyes on. And I need to get also caught up on this OMB situation, I believe. Because I heard something about Yvette Carnell now talking about everybody in America should, all the black folks in America should be designated as ADOS. It's like ADOS is your trademarked organization that, actually it's trademarked by North Sheldon, but I know she has some kind of connection to it, something of the likes, but I know he owns he's the originator of it. Other people, the Treaty, she stole it, and all these other people stealing from me. And no. And nobody was ever up under a vet except for Broke Hogan. But see, again, let's take a flashback because people be forgetting they say things. I guess in the midst of being,
you can refer to yourself as Black
stressed.
American, a Native Black American, however you want to. There are other ways to refer to yourself. But if you do not adhere to the principles of this movement, we would appreciate it if you would refer to yourself using other language, because we do not want to be associated with anything that is detrimental and gets in the way and impedes our movement work. That's not what we want. And because we don't need just another name. Because if you just want to say everybody gets to say the name, well, it's just another name then. And people can mess it up and destroy it and ruin this kind of movement brand. I hate the word brand, but that's what it is. They can ruin a movement brand, and that's what's happening. So Antonio was right to say, like, no, you should not do that. And we should call on people not to do that, because people will just put it in the hashtag because I was hoping those people who were just reckless and stuff would go with FBA. But FBA is not anything except for like a phrase. It's not a movement. So nobody wants to do that because it's not making any progress. So they've kind of fell back in here. And there are certain ADOS people that never left and went to FBA. We need y'all to leave and go somewhere. Right? So I absolutely agree with it.
Right.
Wow. FBA is just a identification, ma'am. Lineage is what we are. Whether you call yourself this or that, you're still of this lineage. But see, so that goes back to speaking of what everyone has the problem about Yvette Carnell. You keep trying to force people in your organization. Boy, that's very rainbow of you. Boy, the aggressor, she looks stressed as hell, don't she? Are you eating? Boy. I'm just saying, just from the last few years, I don't know. I guess you don't see what I see. Yvette is on LGBT. Well, come on now. Who in the last 5 years was looking at this woman thinking she wasn't LGBTQ? Now, again, you could be of that lifestyle. That's fine. I mean, we got B1 people in that lifestyle. But see, she was on some other stuff. Eating too. AT alien. Brooklyn Queen 125. Very rainbow. Yeah, very rainbow. So yeah, let me play this little video of this and y'all tell me what y'all think. This is the video that oh Lord, the video that I played from earlier. Now I actually posted the video independently. But if you have not seen it yet and you're still tuned in here, strappy. We're gonna play this before we go. And this video is entitled When You Have Something Deep in the Heart. And so, because we get these people over here that come and try to fit in with foundational Black Americans and don't really like us and don't really rock with us like that. Oh, I didn't mean to put that back in there. Now I didn't mean her. Wrong video. But this one here is the one that y'all need to see. If y'all have missed it from earlier, and this girl did a TikTok video, so I just did my own creative edits to bring it more to understandability for the family versus some of the people that was listening to that in the first place. Like you probably just wrote it off, but go watch my video from earlier today that aired I think 11:30. So it's the what did she say? What did this sister say? Because she's literally blaming Black culture on Tyree Nichols' situation. So without further ado, when you have something on your heart, in the heart rather.
I ain't gonna like this one. I've only ever had issues with other Black cops. I've had more issues with Black cops than I've ever had with the white cop. I've had more issues with other Black men and women than I ever have with the white man or white woman. This is why I don't like talking about race on my platform, because I don't think y'all really ready to hear the shit I gotta say. But with these 5 Memphis officers and Tyree Nichols, it's about time we fucking have it. Baby, the self-hate in our community is so, but I feel like y'all get off on giving y'all power to other people, to white people. Contrary to what the fuck y'all see on the news, they don't even have to, they got y'all doing the work for them at this point. White supremacists and the elites, they got y'all doing the work for them now. Because look at these 5 Memphis cops. Y'all think that shit is normal? Y'all think that shit is just a one-time occurrence? No. I've lived in the South for over 7 years, and every run-in I've ever had with the law was at the hands of a Black cop and a Black judge. I literally have a friend right now who's in the middle of suing the Georgia State PD because something like this similar happened to him. Beat my friend on a random Friday night at a club because he could. There is no love in the Black community. There is no love. Look at our culture, down to the music we listen to. You rappers, you male rappers, y'all get on these tracks and y'all promote violence towards each other and you think it's gangster. No.
Where's your family from?
It's giving self-hate, it's giving coon, and it's giving capper, because y'all don't even really be doing that shit in real life. You get on these tracks talking about being in the hood, doing all this shooting, but you live in a gated community. You don't leave your house without 5 or 6 people around you.
Where's your family from?
You're a capper. You don't drop bodies, you drop hobbies.
Where's your family from?
Y'all get a little bit of money, and the first thing y'all want to do is align y'allself with whiteness. Now you're rocking these luxury brands that don't give a fuck about you. You're too good to rock a tail fleazy. You're too good to support your own. You can't tag the girl who did your makeup from your hometown. You can't tag the small business, but all day y'all on these apps rapping Gucci, Louis, and Prada. It's such a lack mindset. You think supporting your wrong, you think by supporting me is going to take something from you. You think by giving me my flowers or somebody else their flowers is going to take something from you. The self-hate in our community is crazy, and it's absurd, and it's like nobody talks about this shit. Let's start talking about it. I feel like there's enough white creators who do a really good job at educating their own. When we gonna start doing that shit for ourselves? Because I feel like we are the only community that does not look out for one another. God rest Tyree Nichols' soul. It always takes that one example. It always takes for something like this to happen for us to have the conversation. So let's do that. Let's not let this man's death be in vain. When we gonna start talking about the real tea?
It was accepted not as a joke, but because the people who sat there agreed with my argument that you would have given black women rights that white women never had.
Just the self-hate in our community, it's crazy. It's crazy, and it needs to change.
All right. Something is wrong with my sound here. Let me fix this. I hope I can fix it, because all of a sudden everything freezes. Oh Lord, let me see what's going on at home. Hold on real quick here. Let me fix something, family, because my sound is not right.
Okay. I don't know why that is such a hassle, but all I could tell you is, damn, whoever keeps messing with my mic, Babylon is falling. Babylon is falling. Let it fall and let us rise. Can you dig it? Yeah. There we go. Hopefully you should hear me now. No sound? Yeah. You can hear me now, can't you? I just heard myself very loud and clear. Yes, indeed. There we go. So, YouTube hating per usual. You already know. So with that being said, family, y'all can follow me on Instagram and Twitter and Facebook at beatzillapdx. You can also follow me on Patreon. But actually, right now we have just opened the membership to this channel, so that's also available now. So you can go to Patreon and beatzillapdx official, and you can also hit the join button now. So you can also join this channel as well. And I'm just starting to get that set up. So, we're going to get that up and rolling. And then, of course, we got some things coming down the pike. And let me remind you, set this on your calendars. The Corsicana space. Of course, me and my brother, Black Alpha Network, we hold our spaces, the Certified Truth. That is me and my brother, Black Alpha Network. And, usually either Monday or Tuesdays around noon p.m. Pacific time, I believe that's 3 p.m. Eastern. So, y'all make sure to follow me and follow that brother on Twitter. That way you will always know when we are putting those spaces up. And then, of course, you set your calendars for this space where we will be talking to Isaiah Washington, producer, director, and actor in the movie Corsicana, which is about the life story of Bass Reeves. So it's going to be dope. It's going to be a dope space. You should pay a lot of attention. Get a lot of tidbits of history, I guess, because it's a historical piece, told by one of us, not a foreigner, and it has a bunch of foundational Black American actors in it. So just to be able to witness the energy and the difference in energy, I think is something that is to be witnessed. Because, again, we've had a lot of non-FBA people playing FBA heroes and icons, and the energy just ain't there. I played y'all, but old girl sounded like when she was singing "I Won't Complain," talking about that's how she got ready to be Mamie Till. I had some weary days. I had some hills to climb. Yo, these people do not have our soul, family. I'm sorry. It just is what it is. They don't have our soul, period. But again, And so going on to say, I'm not sure what's going on with melanated people, so I won't direct you there. I am still on 6 zeros, although I don't post much. But I am on 6 zeros at beatzillapdx official. And then you can email me at ourrealtruth@gmail.com. That's ourrealtruth@gmail.com. And of course, if you want to put some money in the bucket by way of donation, thanks for the super chats always. And by the way, like I said, the super chats are great. Yeah, but YouTube takes most of that. So it would always be better for the Cash App or the PayPal, but always appreciate all of them. So thank you, everyone that always donates, helps support this channel. Much appreciative to you, family. But like I was saying, If you would like to donate and help this broadcast channel, you can do so by way of CashApp. And that's $beatzillapdx. That's CashApp, $beatzillapdx. And of course, we also have PayPal. And that is Zilla Music, which is ZILLAMUZAK at PayPal. And you can hit either of those. So I appreciate that. I have no love for 6 Zeros, and they played Marcel. Yeah, that situation, I'm still not completely certain what happened there, but I tend to stay out of people's situations. And again, I've had both of them on my broadcast before. So yeah, I will say this. I did see the Brother Jay. I saw him at the reparations conversation, the meeting for, I think that was the San Diego meeting, I believe. And so, he spoke how he's supposed to speak. That's neither here nor there for me. I wouldn't fault you for how you feel one bit, because everybody is absolutely entitled to that. So yeah, I can totally understand. And that's why I'll be in my lane. Yeah, hey, what's going on? Oh, I don't know what's happening there. That ain't got nothing to do with me. But and yeah, you keep the peace a lot, and you keep your own peace, because I ain't got no beef outside of my own peace. Can you feel me? Thank you for your service. Thank you so much, sister. I appreciate it. And shout out to all of y'all. Thank y'all for getting us over 1,400 subscribers. Hey, we are at 1,400 right now. Let's go ahead and knock that two ball out. Let's see if we can't get it up to 2,000. So appreciate everyone. Thank y'all so much. Look out for I'm not sure how many videos we'll be posting tomorrow, but like I said, just pay attention to that notification bell will help you. Hit the notification bell. And then that way you will always be notified time of these videos are uploading. The premieres will actually let you know 30 minutes in advance. So if you set your notification on those, you should be getting those. And if you're not, by the way, family, can you please let me know that you're not getting notified after hitting the notification bell? That would help me tremendously. Thank you. So with that being said, we are about out of here. I hope y'all have a blessed evening. You know how we do here. Stay vigilant, stay safe, stay alive. Black first, black first, black first. Shalom, y'all.
When you know who Satan is, yes, sir, you don't have to kill him. No. The stone of truth. Yeah. See, that's what you throw. Yes, right. Allah says, had we wished to take a pastime from before, surely we would have done it. Nay, we cast truth at falsehood till we knock out its brains. Every one of you that knows the truth, stand up and tell it from the mountaintop. Black people can't take it no more. So wherever you are on the job, in the factory, I don't care where you are. If you know the truth, stand up on the truth and tell Satan, who the hell are you to try and pick my friends? Farrakhan is God's man, and you are from the enemy of God. So to hell with you. Stand up on it like a man.